Terrifier 3 has exceeded all expectations, so it's no surprise that people want to see more of it. But if a longer cut of the slasher does come out, it may not have exactly what fans are looking for. Made for only $2 million, Terrifier 3 has earned that back and a whole lot more, pulling down a jaw-dropping $45.9 million in a little over 2 weeks. Yes, some movies make hundreds of millions, but Terrifier 3 is hardly a broadly appealing 4-quadrant crowd pleaser. It's gruesomely violent, starring a demonic clown who merrily dismembers, decapitates, and sometimes eats his victims. The series' reputation for gore is what's bringing horror fans out in droves.
It was horrific, 10 out of 10.
The plot continues directly from Terrifier 2, following Sienna and her brother Jonathan as they continue to flee the mayhem wrought by Art the Clown. Victoria, who survived the events of the first Terrifier but became demonically possessed, serves as Art's terrifying accomplice. That, however, is where easy descriptions end, because on a scene-by-scene basis, the movie is a little difficult to follow. Characters teleport from location to location without much explanation. For certain sequences, it feels like exposition may simply be missing. In a new interview with Entertainment Weekly, director Damien Leone notes that a director's cut of Terrifier 3 may be in the works, but if you're expecting it to restore some of that connective tissue, not so fast. Leone explained that he made an artistic choice to leave it out. Basically, there's nothing in that vein to add back. Leone knew that fans were aching to see, for instance, how Sienna retrieved a specific sword late in the film. In the theatrical cut, it seems to manifest out of nowhere.
Still buried there, isn't it?
Might be the only thing that could stop them.
Leone also assumes that fans might want to see more of Art the Clown at a frat party, but those scenes were never actually made. He explained, "A lot of fans, they're expecting the extended cut to be scenes that they imagined were missing. We didn't shoot those scenes. There's nothing there that would be in the extended cut." Leone added that he was aiming to make his film feel a little dizzying, dreamlike, and ambiguous. Art the Clown is a supernatural being, so it stands to reason that he would be able to manifest wherever he can do the most damage and make the most misery. The director admitted to taking cues from a famously ambiguous filmmaker, saying, "I love the ambiguity. I hate spelling everything out to the audience. I said this a long time ago, that I wanted to approach Terrifier, especially once I got into Terrifier 2, in a very David Lynch type of way." Lynch has often used abstraction and dream logic in his films. Terrifier 3 was merely meant to have a similar flavor. Leone was quick to say that he wasn't comparing his own films to Lynch's, but that he was inspired by Lynch's nightmarish tendencies. He liked stories where he said nothing was spelled out. What fans see as gaps in the story then were deliberate. There's also probably not going to be much additional gore in an extended cut of Terrifier 3 either. What was shot is pretty much already in there, except for one scene. So, what would such a cut have in it? Leone said he wanted to include more dialogue between the beleaguered human characters, which was mostly cut for time and pacing. He said, "A lot of the stuff that's missing are these really nice human moments with Sienna and the family. There's a lot of great scenes with Sienna and Gabby that I had to cut out, and I appreciate. I didn't have to. It really just made their bond so much stronger." That one gory scene Leone cut was also snipped out for pacing. He felt that the finale could be tighter, so he shaved off a notable violent act to keep the movie moving. He said, "I won't spoil it, but there's a great scene between Victoria and Gabby in the finale, really sadistic. But it was just padding out the finale too much, and I felt like we were going to start losing people."
Probably cut out maybe like 10 minutes of it and rearrange some scenes to make it much better.
The theatrical cut of Terrifier 3 already runs 125 minutes, so making cuts for time definitely makes sense. Leone also mentioned that a few cut scenes would not be included in any potential director's cut of the film, because he wants to recycle them for Terrifier 4. Get ready.